Good afternoon. Welcome to English for Academic and Professional Purposes class. I'm Miss Aubrey and I'm going to discuss different kinds of report. Today we're going to have the focus on report, survey, field report, laboratory, scientific and technical report. Okay, for the various types of reports, we have survey report. Survey report is done usually after gathering information or data from a survey. The objective of the report is to collect people's answers or responses on a particular issue or topic. Next po, we have laboratory or scientific technical report. In this kind of report, it is usually written informal manner and it is organized. It is usually called as lab report. From the word itself po, we gather data and we present results and findings from the experiment that we have done. That is the objective of our laboratory scientific technical report. Next po, we have field report. In our field report, we have to describe and analyze systematically the observation that we have gathered. Usually, it is also called trip report. Next po, in terms of survey questionnaire, we have this what we call personal approach and self-administered approach. Okay, by the way, survey questionnaire is used in terms of different fields. We utilize usually them when we do our survey on politics, research, marketing, media, and so on. And we use this method or this report in order for us to gather data and to see, for example, what is the percentage of the population where they like horror movies, for example, or romance movie, like that. Okay, let's get back to methods of administering survey. When we administer survey, we use personal approach. What is under personal approach? It is your face-to-face structured interview wherein you conduct it through talking to the person that you want to be interviewed. And when we say it is structured, ibig sabihin there are questions which you have already made in order for you to give it to the person you want to answer the question. The next po, we have telephone survey. Usually it is done, of course, when you do a call in order for you to get information or data that you need to have in order for you to accomplish your survey. Next po, we have what we call self-administered approach. Usually, it uses pencil and paper and pencil survey. You answer through the questionnaires that you have given, a hard copy. Yan po. The next po, we have online survey, which is usually done nowadays because it's pandemic. We do our survey usually in online, especially kapag school. The next po, we have mail survey. We usually do this if you have encountered that Google questionnaires which was prepared for you. That is an example of mail survey wherein they ask about if, for example, what is the percentage of the parents that guide their students in terms of their daily online classes. And po, diba? We can have there the question, for example, how often do you monitor your child's progress in terms of school? Pwede po sabihin nila doon ay always, often, seldom. Yan po. Next po, we have what we call methods po in administering survey. Ulitin lang po natin. When we have personal approach, meron po tayong face-to-face or structured interview. Then, we have telephone survey. For self-administered, we have paper and pencil. Like what I have said, it is a hard copy which was given to the person you want to answer your question po in terms of highlighting, for example, from agree to disagree, for example, the questionnaire which was given to you or the questions which was given to you. And next po, we have online survey wherein you prefer to just click the options which was given to you in order for you to fulfill the survey which was being administered. Next po, we have mail survey where you answer through your emails. It is usually done as well for online po. Pwede siyang online, pwede siyang hard. Kasi sometimes we have this what we call mail survey na it is being sent to your home to be answered through a hard copy or it can be mailed as well online po. That's the other way around. That's two. Those are under self-administered approach. Next po. When we are writing a survey report, we present and analyze the results, findings of the research. Concerning reactions to a product, for example, plan, including your general assessment or the total assessment that you have done in order for you to assess a product, for example, your conclusions, it may as well include your suggestions or recommendations. For writing a survey report, the information may be presented in the form of facts. Ibig sabihin, you have to give exact information like numbers, percentages, rather in proportion. Pwede pong in terms of generalizations, it might have your suggestions or indicates or implies that those are the transitional devices that you can have in order for you to write a survey if you are giving your generalizations. Next po, we have to use expressions such as 1 in 10, 2 out of 5, 20% of the people questioned, a large portion, yun po. As well as verbs such as you agree, you claim, or you state. We usually have present tense of the verb when we do present generalizations. We have different parts of survey report. In introduction, we have the objectives or the goal. What is your goal in conducting the survey? Why the survey was conducted? Okay po. Next po, for the body, you have this survey method. You explain the data collection techniques. Ano po yung mga ginamit nating techniques in terms of collecting data. And we describe exactly how you conducted the survey. Yan po. The types of questions used, the sampling method, when and where the survey took place, and response rate. Example, online surveys, paper surveys, one-to-one interview, and so many more. Yan po. Yung mga pwede nyo pong examples nung survey method na ginamit nyo po. Next po, we have what we call parts of a survey report which is useful is the results and discussion. Okay. In terms of results and discussion, we have there the presentation of the data gathered. Then you have to give your analysis, your interpretation of the findings based on the formula that you have applied on the data. Then you have to report the finding as well as you have to discuss and interpret the results in detail or draw out their implications. Meaning to say, in this part, you can have your graphs wherein visually it is good to have it because it is easier for your readers or for the people to understand the data that you have collected. because you have presented it in an organized manner. Next po, we have what we call conclusion. And it is your synthesis or interpretation of the results or the overall answer to the main questions. Then po, it serves as the researcher's final say on the subject of the survey. Then it should be able to wrap up the entire survey from the formulation of survey goals up to the satisfaction of such objectives. Meaning to say po, in your conclusion, it is your total understanding of all the results which was given uh, by your people or by your respondents po. Here you can state all the things that you want to say about your topic. Everything po, you can put it in here, the summary. When we say we wrap up, we give everything that we have understood or we have got in the survey in here. You're going to put here the summary of everything. Ayun po. Pwede din po tayo magdagdag dito sa ating conclusion ng suggestions. Yan. Then po we have recommendation. In recommendation po, it is a light result of the survey questionnaire. Ibig sabihin, pwede nyo pong ilagay yung you conclude that, you sum up the survey, it clearly shows, yun po. Pwede nyo pong sabihin yung mga lines na yun in terms of this part. It gives you the overview, it gives you this part wherein you give the overview of the things that you have seen in your paper. Next po, yan. In terms of products naman po, in recommendation, I recommend this product, the purchase of 5 more computers, for example, and laser printers. My recommendations are, herein po, you're going to give your insights about the topic or about your report. Ulitin lang po natin yung ating parts of the survey. We have introduction. We have the body wherein you put your survey method, your results and discussion, the conclusion, and your recommendation. Next po, in terms of interpretation of data, you can have pictograph. What are those po? Those are the pictures wherein you can represent the data you have gathered through graphs. We have pie chart, for example. We have pictograph. We have bar graph. We have such tables too in order for us to have those informations organized in order for us to see it clearly, and we can assess from the moment we have looked in the table, we know exactly what we are looking at. Okay. On the latter part po, I'm going to give you how are you going to get a percentage in terms of the survey that you have conducted. There are some drills which was given in your PowerPoint presentation. Yan. For your result and discussion, all you have to do in terms of getting the percentage is you're going to get the answers to the questions. Each question, okay, you have to divide it to the number of your respondents and you have to multiply it by 100. Through that, you can get the percentage of the answers by number. For example po, I have here, the content is clear and relevant. In order for us to get the percentage, you're going to perform the formula which was given. The number of answers divided by on each question divided by the number of respondents, multiply by 100. In order for you to check if everybody have answered, make sure that you add the result of the percentages that you have got in order for you to have your correct answer in terms of percentage. For example, you have added 71%, then what is the missing percentage? Di ba po we have only 29 missing percentage? So, saan po siya napunta? Then, if you add it, if you have seen it and you have added it, and exactly, tama po yung nakuha natin na answer. We have arrived with the correct answer. That is for the data analysis. For your interpretation po, you can have your table wherein you're going to put there your, for example, 1 to 10 questions, then you're going to put the caption or the information wherein it all the people or the respondents which answered yes and then no dun sa other part. Ayun. Those are the things that you need to know in terms of making surveys.